Hey friends, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another Nordstrom Anniversary Sale video. So this is my video all about what the sale is and my top 12 tips on how to shop the sale successfully. So with that, let's get into it. So if you're unfamiliar with the sale, which I probably find hard to believe if you're watching my channel, but anyway, if you are, this sale is something that Nordstrom does every year around this time, except for when we were in COVID that first year. It was like a weird time. But anyway, it's pretty much always in July. And what is unique about this sale is most people were used to stores having sales, right? But they have those sales on merchandise that has been sitting in inventory on their sales floor for months, right? So they get to the end of a season. So obviously as we come to the end of summer and we're moving into fall, we will start seeing sales on all of that summer merchandise, right? Because now people want to buy fall clothing. And so the summer stuff, shorts, the t-shirts, the tanks, the swimsuits, all that stuff is put on sale. What is unique about the Nordstrom Anniversary Sale is that these are items that in general, there are some kind of summary things, but I would say in general, probably 90% or so of the merchandise that you will find in the sale is fall and winter merchandise that is put on sale before it hits the floor and comes into stock officially for fall season. So it is a very unique sale, one that, to be honest with you, I don't think anybody else in the industry does. I've never seen any other retailer put things on sale before the season starts. So that is what the sale is. And in general, things are generally, I would say, between 25 to 40% off, which is a great savings. I would say most things are around the 30 to 33% off mark. So keep that in mind. All right, with that, and before we start getting into the tips, let me tell you about the dates of the sale, which is also a little bit unique this year. So I don't remember when it started, but I'm probably maybe 6-7 years ago, something like that. They started this tiered shopping system. So it used to be that any card holder got to shop the sale early before it opened to the public. After, it was usually like around 2.5 weeks or so maybe of people with card holder status, then it would be open to the public and anybody could shop. Then they started this whole tiered thing, which really rubbed some people the wrong way. I think that there are multiple ways to look at it. Obviously, I come from the place of being an icon, which is the highest status that you can be. And so I look at it and think, well, I get to shop first, but that's because I spend a lot of money at Nordstrom, and therefore I am rewarded for being a loyal customer, and that one of those rewards is being able to shop the sale the first day. But in previous years, since they started this tiered access, it's usually been like icons get maybe 2 days, and then it moves to what are called ambassadors, which is the next level of spend. And during this time, anybody that shopped previously can always continue to shop. But ambassadors might be able to start on day 3, and so day 3 and 4 were ambassadors, and then maybe day 5 and 6 were what they call influencers. But I really wish they would change that name, because it has nothing to do with being a content creator or an influencer. It just literally means anybody that has a card. So again, if you've spent $1 on your Nordstrom card, you are an influencer. And it used to be then probably like 5 and 6, and then on day 7, so after the whole week of shopping, then it would be open to the public. This year, and I will pop the dates up here on the screen for you, Icons, which like I said is what I am able to start shopping on Tuesday, July 8th. Then on Wednesday, July 9th is when ambassadors can start shopping. Again, I can continue shopping, and I'm sure will. And then on the 10th is when all card holders, so if you are an influencer, or like I said, just if you have a Nordstrom card, then you can start shopping on the 10th. And then on the 12th, so there are 4 days essentially. So then 8th, 9th, 10th, and then 11th, card holders can shop. So on day 5, which is the earliest it's ever been, it will be open to the public. And I think that that's a great thing, because I think probably the biggest complaint that people have about this sale, if you are not a card holder and you are shopping as a public member, is that lots of things sell out and the good things sell out, or whatever it is. And that, as you know, a public person, because you don't want to have a Nordstrom card, and I totally get that, that is everyone's decision to make, that you out on a lot of items because they're already been purchased. But I think the shorter amount of time frame that card holders will be able to shop ahead of time will hopefully lessen that a little bit. Is it going to go away completely? No, because I guarantee you that even ambassadors, when they get to shop the second day, there will be items that will be out of stock, or certainly items that in certain sizes will be out of stock, right? Because icons like myself will have purchased them already. And it is just the fact of how things work. Right? You are rewarded as a cardhold member, and the more you spend, the earlier you get to shop. And that is one of the benefits of being a card holder and the amount to spend that you have. Okay, so are the dates. That is who gets to shop when. And with that, let's get into the tips. So the very first thing that I want you to do before you even set foot, set fingers, set eyes on the website, or page through the catalog if you've received it in the mail, before you do that, step into your closet, or open the doors to your closet, or however your closet is situated. Take a gander, look around. When you've been getting dressed in the mornings, have you thought, gosh, my white t-shirts really are looking tired and dingy, and I really could get some new ones. Make a list of what you're missing. I'm not saying that you need to limit what you purchase at the anniversary sale to only things that you quote unquote need or have a gap for in your closet, but I think it's a really good way to start, at least. So make sure that you do take an hour, whatever it is, go through your items. Maybe it's a good time to cull, as they would say, your wardrobe. You go through, pull things that maybe you're not wearing, things that have just been hanging there for the past 3 years that you haven't touched. Take maybe this opportunity to clean things out a little bit, see what might be missing, and then move to tip number 2. Tip number 2, and this is very important, and it's tip number 2 for a reason, and we'll get into more of that reason later, but it is to review the anniversary sale items before the sale goes live. And I will talk about why that is in a few minutes in another tip, but that is a critical point. So this video I am filming on Friday, July 4th. It will probably go up tomorrow, July 5th. You have from July 5th, when you watch this video, until midnight Eastern time on July 8th to review the website and start finding items that I'll get to in a second here, okay? So one of the reasons why you want to do this is before the sale starts, is because if you don't do this until after the sale has started, so let's say you decide, you know what, I'm not shopping until, the 12th, so I've got time. You start looking at the website, things are going to be gone, okay? So when things out on the website, you can't find them anymore unless you have them saved to a wish list, okay? So don't wait, start looking at items until after the sale has started, because then when you're looking, things have already sold out, and then you won't be able to check back on that item to see whether it's back in stock, which we'll talk about here in a little bit. When you are looking on the website, go category by category. When you initially click on anniversary sale preview, the entire, I don't even know what it is, I didn't even look. I should have looked before I started. In no particular order, there's gonna be a pair of earrings, there's gonna be a pair of, Nike Dunks, be a raincoat, there's gonna be a pair of baby joggers, whatever it is, there's no rhyme or reason to how when it loads into that preview, first click on it. That is incredibly overwhelming, not to mention there are gonna be a lot of items that you could care less about. If you don't have babies or if you don't have kids, you don't need to be looking at those items. So when you look, go category by category. That's exactly what I did before I made that video for you guys. So go category of what you are interested in. If you don't work out, then again, skip the activewear. Like, you don't need to look at that. But if you look at it just as it populates initially on the website, you will go cross-eyed. It will be crazy. So don't do that. Tip number 3, and this is really important based on what I told you in tip 2. Save anything you might, like, even if you have the slightest interest in something right now, save it to the wish list. So I will show you here, I'll do a screen recording of how this works. But you basically, when you are in an item, if you scroll down a little bit on the item, it will say save to wish list. If you just click it once, it will save to just the main wish list. But put anything and everything that you think you might be interested on the wish list, okay? Because trying to go back when it's time for you to order, trying to go back and find those things, nightmare. This way, it's on a wish list, and then you can decide, because we're gonna go to step 2 here as a part of this tip, is then you're going to categorize those things. And the way I recommend you do it is by priority. So go through the entire website, and I don't mean necessarily you have to go through the entire website. Go through the entire website of categories that you're interested in. Put everything on one wish list. Don't try to sort, don't try to do anything, don't try to think about anything right now, right? Just put everything on the wish list. Then maybe the next day, go back, just leave that be, and then come back to it with fresh eyes and make priority wish lists. So for example, I will have a must-have wish list, or priority number 1, urgent priority, whatever you want to call it, and put everything in that wish list. So once you have items on the main wish list, all you have to do is click, there'll be a little radio button, you just click everything, and then as you scroll down to the bottom, it will say move to other wish list, and then you can select which wish list you want to move it to. Literally, I used to have a must-have, I used to have a tier 2, a tier 3, I'm still thinking about it. Create whatever ones you want and move all of your items from the main wish list into those categorized and ranked, I guess, wish lists. Now, there are many reasons why you want to have items on your wish list. And so we're moving into, what is this, tip number 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. 1 is because it makes ordering a lot easier, which we'll talk about in a second. And 2 is, as I mentioned, if something sells out, you will not be able to find that item. So let's say you really wanted this pair of frame denim and you didn't save it to your wish list. You saw it on the website and you're like, oh, that looks really nice. You may have even screenshot it on your phone. So you know the name, you know all that. But if you put the name of that item, or you go into Anniversary Sale and click on denim, and then you click sort by brand and you click frame, if that pair of frame jeans has sold out in every size, that will not come up. You will not see it. However, if you have saved that item to your wish list, when you click on it, it will find it. It'll say sold out, but at least you can see the item is still there. I realize it's not there, it's not in stock, you can't order it. But this is important when it comes to restocks, because if you didn't save it to your wish list, you won't be able to see if something gets restocked. And we'll talk about restocks here in a minute. The other reason that's really important to put things on a wish list, and more importantly, maybe a prioritized wish list, is because when it comes time for you to shop, all you have to do is click one button that says move all to cart. Now you can go through and individually select the item. So maybe you decide, you're kind of looking at your list a couple of minutes before the sale goes live and you're like, yeah, I don't really know that I want that pair of shoes. It was on my must-have, but I don't think I want it. I mean, you can go in, it might be easier to just move it to another wish list. But my point is you can select individual items on the wish list to move to the shopping cart. But it's a lot easier, like I said, if you've taken the time to really think about what's important to you and what you want in different steps, then Ordering is super easy because literally you go into that wish list, you click move to cart, every single item on that wish list moves to the cart, and you check out right then. Nordstrom has free shipping. You could order one thing, you could order 100 things, and they would all ship for free. So you don't need to get every single thing in your cart. So let's say you're like, I also think I really would like a lot of the things on my tier 2 list. Check out immediately on your tier 1 first. Just if you have, like I said, ride or die, I will be so upset if I miss this item. Check out even with that one item first. Just put it in the cart, check out, and that way at least you got that item. There will be items like that where if you don't check out within 1 minute of when it goes live, that you will miss out on that item. So like I said, I think it's really important that you categorize your wish lists so that it makes it much easier for you to shop when it's your time to shop. This brings me to tip number 5, and that is order as soon as the sale opens to you. So the sale opens at 12:01 a.m. Eastern time on whatever day you're eligible to shop. So for me, if I'm ordering things online, as soon as 12:01 my time, because I am Eastern time, on the 8th of July, I can move all those things to my cart, click checkout, and be done and back to bed. Although to be honest with you, I'm up at midnight, so it's no big deal. But my point is, you need to know what time 12:01 is in your time zones. So make sure you know what day you're starting and then what time that corresponds to, and shop when it opens. Set an alarm, you guys. This is important. It's not important stuff, okay? It's hashtag first world problems. But if there are things that you want, set an alarm on your phone. Don't miss it. For like minutes before you have to, goes live, go get in front of your computer, comfortable, pull up the site, get your wish list up, and be ready, and just keep refreshing, because once that time hits, it will change and it will give you the option to move everything to cart. You'll see when you look at your wish list now, before it's time, you can't move anything to cart. But once that clicks over to 12:01 a.m. Eastern time, it will change and it will give you the option to move everything to cart. So shop at the very earliest time that you can. Tip whatever, I don't even know what tip I'm on, is if you are near a store, book a stylist appointment. So if you are a cardhold member, you can, it could be that anybody can, I don't know, but I certainly know that as a perk to being a cardhold member is you can book a personal stylist anytime. And so book a stylist appointment for the day that you can shop. So if you are an ambassador and you can shop on the 9th, book an early morning. But the good thing about having a personal stylist appointment and working with a personal shopper is that you will send your wish lists to them and they can pull things for you like that day. I don't think that they can pull them on a day when you're not shopping, but let's say your store opens at 11 a.m. and that's when your appointment is. Your stylist can go at 9 a.m. and start pulling your items for you so that you have them in your fitting room ready to try on. So if you have, as I said, a store close by you, I think it's a great idea. And in addition to that, they pull things that sometimes you just wouldn't really think about. There were a lot of things last year that Erica pulled for me that I was like, I don't think so. And then I tried it on and I was like, I see you. Like, it gets you out of your comfort zone, right? It takes you outside the box kind of thing. And I think it's a great thing, and it's a free service that they offer, so take advantage of it. Use your double points day. So if you are a Nordy Club member, so if you're shopping with your Nordstrom card, you get allocated a certain number of double points day for the year. So I think as an icon, I think I get 5, maybe more than that, I don't know. But anyway, you get a certain number depending on what your status is. And absolutely use that. If you are shopping big on a day, make sure that you initiate that. So if you're shopping on the website, you can go in when you're checking out. It'll ask if you want to use one of your double point days. You just click that box for yes, and it will apply it for the entire day that you're shopping. So even if you go back 3 hours later and place another order, and another 8 hours later, you place another order, you go in store and you buy some in there, anything that you buy that day will be applied. Now here's a little tip. If you forget, and trust me, I've been there, I've forgotten, or I haven't done it and then I realize at the end of the day, wow, you actually ended up buying quite a bit. You should probably use one of your double point days. If you call customer service within a reasonable amount of time, don't wait a month, but if it's the next day or the day after that, call customer service and say, hey, I forgot to initiate one of my double points days for July 9th. Can you please make sure that that gets activated? And they will happily do that. Honestly, guys, Nordstrom customer service is second to none. There is a reason why I continue to shop at Nordstrom, and that is the reason why. Tip number 7, if you think you might want it, buy it. As I said, Nordstrom has free shipping and Nordstrom has free returns. So if you are only ordering online and you don't have a store near you, they do have free returns. So if you are shipping it back, you are doing that at their expense, not yours. And Nordstrom has an unlimited time return policy. You guys, I just found something in my closet. It was probably a couple months ago. But anyway, it was from like 3 years ago that still had the tags on it, and it was no problem. Took it in, they returned it, no questions asked, no big deal. So if you think you might want it, buy it. Tip number 8, you want it, buy it in multiple sizes, especially if we are talking about jeans or shoes. I think we've all had that experience where we think we know what size we are, right? We're typically a size 8 in shoes. Well, you order a pair of shoes online, and even though maybe it says it supposedly runs true to size, you get it and you're like, there's no way this runs true to size. This thing is huge on my foot. I need a 7.5 or whatever. Always order multiples. If you are ordering things, now I wouldn't necessarily do this in like sweaters or something, right? Shirts, things like that. But jeans, shoes, I would order multiple sizes if I were you. Because what may happen is, let's say, like I said, I'm usually now a size 8 in a shoe. But every once in a while, I'm a 7.5. Every once in a while, I'm an 8.5. More than likely, I'm a 7.5 versus an 8. But anyway, my point is, if I only order an 8 and it gets to me, in a few days after many other people will have shopped, and if you then realize, oh gosh, this is really too big, that size may be sold out. So my point is, if you are one of those people, especially if you do sort of straddle sizes, in jeans, sometimes you're an 8, sometimes you're a 10, whatever the case is, order both sizes and then return the one that doesn't fit. Again, free returns. Tip number 9 might be a tad controversial, but just hear me out here. If you are one of those people who are shopping later in the sale, maybe you are an influencer, you have the card, but you're not shopping. Maybe you missed the first day, so now you're shopping on the 11th, or now you're shopping in the public sale. You've saved things to your wish list, right? So you can still see the item, but let's say you need it in a size large. They're all out of stock in a size large. You might be able to fit a medium, but you're really not sure. Order the medium. And like I said, hear me out here. Come along for the ride. Because if that item comes back in stock in a large, you can just simply exchange it. Just get the item, because at least then you will have preserved the price and you can exchange it later. I will tell you, there were several things that I bought during the anniversary sale last year, especially jeans, that I wasn't wearing yet, right? Because again, they're fall items. I wasn't gonna wear jeans until October. And I lost some additional weight from when I bought my stuff in July. And so I had the tags on it. The anniversary sale was over, but when I went to the store and they still had some of those items in store. So if you then go in and exchange, as long as you have a size with you that you bought the anniversary sale price. When they exchange it, even though it's after the anniversary sale, they will honor that price. But if you didn't buy the size medium and now the size large is available and it's after the anniversary sale, you're just gonna have to pay the higher price. So my point is, if it comes time to your day to shop and they don't have the size that you want in stock, buy it in a different size and just hope that they be able to exchange it. And I'm gonna say 7 out of 10 times, you will have the opportunity to exchange it for the correct size. Yes, will there be some things that never ever come back in stock in the size that you wanted? Absolutely. But you know what? If it gets to be September or whatever, and it still hasn't come back in stock, then you can just return it. Tip number 10 is to check back daily for items that you missed. So again, if you have it on your wish list, you will be able to see it. If you have the item on your wish list, it is super easy for you to just click on that item and see if anything is in stock. Let's say it was completely sold out when it was your time to shop, but now you click on the item and you need a size large, but there's only an extra small. Again, see the previous rule, buy the extra small and hope that you can exchange it. I definitely did that on a couple of occasions last year on some of those things that I didn't decide to buy in the beginning. And then as I started seeing videos, I started having FOMO and thinking, ooh, I really should have bought that item. That really looked good. And then it was sold out. So anyway, it just allows you to check back things often to see when things either get returned or if there is a restock. Tip number 11, and this sort of goes along with the previous tip, is download the app on your phone and activate notifications and have them, when you do your notifications, do it so that it stays on your screen. I don't know if you guys know what I'm talking about, but some notifications pops up on your screen and then it disappears or whatever after 3 seconds or something. I have my Nordstrom notifications set so that they stay on my screen permanently until I swipe it off or whatever. Because especially during the anniversary sale, you might get a notification at 4 in the morning or something on your phone. And so if you didn't have that permanent one, it's not permanent, but you know what I mean, the one that hangs around for a while until you dismiss it, you wake up at 6:30 a.m., you will have missed that notification if you have it just set to the 3 seconds and it's gone thing. But you will get so many notifications of things that you are looking for. Now, the one downside to it is it's only going to notify you if it comes back in stock in the size that you selected, right? So when I talked previously about if it's something that you think you absolutely want, buy it in whatever size, that's when you're going to have to do that daily or even multiple times a day checking your wish list on the website to see if any size comes back in stock. But at least within the app, you will get notified. So if I have this pair of frame jeans marked size 2 and it's sold out when it's my turn, all sizes are sold out when it's time to shop, but I had it on my wish list for a size 2. If a size 2 comes back in stock, I will get a notification through my app and it'll be on my home screen so that then I can just click that, add to cart, and check out. If you just want to do it for the sale, that's fine. When the sale is over, take your notifications off, but I would highly recommend activating them for the sale. And my final tip for the sale is, well, first of all, just have fun. You set a budget, that helps. That's maybe another bonus tip there. It's not a tip that I ever seem to live by, but I try. But that is, please shop through the links that you watch. It doesn't have to be me. If it's me, that's great. I really appreciate it. If you're unaware what I'm talking about, when you use a content creator's link that we have in our descriptions or whatever, or on our LTK, when you buy an item through that link, very, very small commission on that purchase, whatever you've purchased, during that session or whatever. It doesn't cost you any more money. If the item is $10, when you click on it, it's still $10 for you. The retailer, just as a thank you for us recommending that product to you, pays us a little percentage of that $10 to us. It doesn't increase the price to you. But my point is, a lot of work is done by creators, especially during this time of year, especially because there's the Amazon Prime days, Walmart does its thing during this time, Target does its thing during this time, and obviously the anniversary sale. And the anniversary sale is really what started it all. The anniversary sale has been around for 20 plus years, I think. But my point is, like I said, it doesn't have to be my links, but if you are shopping the sale, creators would really appreciate it if you use their links, because like I said, it takes a lot of time to link. I mean, I spent probably 3 hours linking all of the products that I showed you guys in that last video, because there was like over 100 items. And it takes a lot of time, and this is not my job, but it helps a little, right? So anyway, like I said, it doesn't have to be my links, although if you do, I am absolutely eternally grateful for you shopping my links. That is fantastic. Thank you so much if you do. But if it's not mine, please use somebody's links, just so at least somebody benefits from a lot of hard work that they put into this sale. So that's it. Those are my 12, maybe with a bonus of setting a budget, tips to shopping the anniversary sale. If you guys have any questions, please leave them below. I'd be happy to answer them. I have, like I said, been shopping the sale since 2006. So almost 20 years. I am an anniversary sale expert, I think, for sure, and really enjoy it. I love shopping, but I always love shopping the anniversary sales. So again, Hannah and I will be in the fitting room on July 8th shopping, and I will try to do maybe a couple little Instagram live things from the dressing room. So I'm sure you're following me on Instagram. It's the same handle, Luxury and Life in the Middle. I would love to see you over there. If you enjoyed the video, please give it a thumbs up. It helps the algorithm over here. And if you haven't subscribed, I would love to see you back. Obviously, I do a lot more than just Nordstrom content. I do other fashion retailers, and obviously a big focus on luxury. So I would love to see you. Click the subscribe button and the notification bell. That way you might upload videos, which will pretty frequent over the next half or so, as I do hauls and get things in from online and all that, and show you what I got. So love to see you back here. If you want to keep on watching, there'll be another video over in the corner here for you to watch. And wherever you are, I hope you are having an amazing day or evening, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye, guys.